welcome to part 4, episode 19, as we continue with countdowns. Now let's finish up here with the countdowns. There are two big ones. We had to bring them on over to part 4.
The countdown that was on Countdown on the WWE Network. If you have the network, great, watch this. If not, get the network.
Yes, watch them all. Even Saturday Night's Main Event.
That's right. Top 10 most thunderous returns. Don't agree with the list, but let's go through it.
Let's talk about first of all, the above and beyond.
How many thunderous returns has this man had?
A lot.
The Undertaker.
Every time you turn around, he's having a thunderous return.
Yep. Number 10, after 12 years of being gone for the WWE, after the Montreal Screwjob, HBK and Bret Hart embrace as Bret Hart comes back to the WWE.
And the hatchet was buried.
Yes.
A hug, little small kiss on the cheek, and everybody's buddy-buddy now.
Until Vince McMahon comes out there and kicked him in the balls. Yes.
Which doesn't make it very nice. Which led to that terrible match at WrestleMania.
It did.
Yes.
Thank goodness the Hart Dynasty was out there to help out. Number 9, I love this gimmick. I love this person. He's just a great wrestler, and he reinvents himself so many times.
And he had people talking from January until he made his debut.
Ladies and
Save Us.
Save Us Y2J, Chris Jericho. Number 8, I love this character. Not so much the yellow and red, but we're talking about Hollywood Hulk Hogan with the WWE NWO.
Yes.
WWE NWO was not as great. Obviously, everybody knows that.
Nope.
But I did enjoy Hollywood Hogan.
They started off with 3 and then started watering it down like WCW did.
Right. They added Booker T. Didn't need to be in there.
Shawn Michaels.
Big Show didn't need to be in there.
No.
You know, X-Pac was fine with doing that. You know, fine. 4 people. 4's enough.
Yes, 4's enough.
X-Pac being in there, he could, because he's the beat-up person. He's the person that the faces get to beat up. You know, I get that. All right. Number 7, the man who left with the surfing style Sting, and then he came back as the Crow style.
He left because WCW turned their back on him, because when Hulk Hogan come in, Sting, who was the poster boy for WCW, was shoved out of the way.
And remember, when it comes to Sting, nothing's for sure. 7-14-14, people. All right, number 6, HBK, after 4 years of being gone because of back surgery. You know, I see him being on this list. I don't agree with some of the placements on this, but we'll get to that in a second.
He came back. Him and Hunter were out in the ring with their DS gear on, and Hunter turned his back.
Turned on him. Number 5, returned to the Royal Rumble after an Achilles tendon, I believe, injury.
Yes, that's right.
Was Edge, and he had the full beard. He was the Duck Dynasty going on there.
He left with him and Jericho being unified tag team champions, and he came back
to win the Royal Rumble and eliminated Jericho to win the Royal Rumble. Correct? Yes.
And John Cena.
There you go. Number 4. This was the night after WrestleMania 29. What a night it was. Mr. Brock Lesnar coming out, shaking the hand of John Cena, giving him a big F5.
And then it went nowhere.
It went nowhere fast. Number 3 from how many? I mean, Dagame's had both quad injuries, but Triple H.
Another man.
First quad injury.
But another one returning after he was tag team champions.
Yes.
With Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes.
Do you remember who else they were facing? Who they were facing that match?
That was Jericho and Benoit.
Very good.
That's one of the matches that Jericho has said that they want to get away from the WWE. They want that to vanish.
Yes.
They want that match to vanish, but they don't want the quad injury to vanish.
No. They don't.
Now, number 2, I agree with this one. The Rock coming out as the host for WrestleMania 27. What a night that was.
It was.
That was a huge night when he came out on Raw. I was there. I wasn't there, but I was watching, glued to the TV, and I about jumped up and down screaming at the TV. That was great. Number 1, this is the problem. This man has made some thunderous returns because they lie about his returns. They say, oh, he's going to be out for a year, but oh, it's only 4 months or 3 months.
This is reason why Undertaker is in Above and Beyond.
Yes.
Because they put Undertaker in this list. He's number 1.
Of course. But they wanted to have John Cena returning at the Royal Rumble after 4 months of injury.
It's supposed to be 6 to 8 months out?
Yes. Or a year, something like that.
And returned 4 months. He is truly a Superman.
Yes. This one is interesting. This is the 7 best choices to be the next Intercontinental Champion. And I believe all 7 of these are in the Battle Royal.
I believe they are.
Number 7 is...
Say they're all in there. I believe they
Number
are.
7
Yeah, they are in
is
there.
He's
He's having too much girl trouble.
Not going to happen. Number 6, definitely not going to happen. Alberto Del Rio.
I thought he was leaving.
You say that every week, and he hadn't left yet.
Well, around WrestleMania 30, they were saying his contract's about up. He's going to go.
Number 5, he just lost the belt. I don't think he's going to get it back.
No.
Big E.
He needs to spear Great Khali out of the ring.
Number 4, he just came back. I would love for him to win a belt. I would love for him to bring some prestige back. Number 1 is character, and prestige back to a championship, and that's The Miz.
Which he could be.
He
could get the stroke. Because we're all thinking it's number 2, and it could be The Miz.
Number 3 will not happen. Too many concussions. They're keeping him around, I guess, till his contract runs out. I don't know what they're doing, but they because the ladies love him, so they keep him around. But they're not going to do anything with it.
He takes a butt whooping.
He does take a great butt whooping
every week.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dolph Ziggler with a zigzag.
Yep.
He's not going to win it. Number 2 is my main pick. I really want this guy to win. Cesaro. One of your picks.
One of my picks, yes.
Number 1 is one of your picks, and I still say it's too early. Bo Dallas.
But it's not the world title. It's the Intercontinental title.
I understand that.
And they pass that around like a hot potato.
Unfortunately, they do. So on to...
And pretty much like whoever holds the title is going to be the one who drops it back to Bad News Barry when he comes back.
Yep, if they go that direction. Now we're going to go on to some TNA and some Ring of Honor news.
Yes.
TNA, Impact, a 20-man battle royal was to determine who gets a title shot against Bobby Lashley in New York City.
New York City?
New York City?
Yeah, it's a 20-man battle royal. And when Kurt Angle, the Director of Authority, or whatever he is called, when he calls out Willow, Jeff Hardy, and says, become Jeff Hardy, I think the writing's on the wall of who's winning the battle royal.
Right. They don't want you to be Willow, they want you to be Jeff Hardy.
But I could be wrong.
Because they know that's the moneymaker right there, Jeff Hardy.
Yes, we'll have to check and see if that comes out right or not.
Also, in TNA news, Austin Aries defeated Sonata to become the X Division champion.
So we have a new X Division champion.
And then the 20-man battle royal.
And then we're about to have a new Intercontinental champion. Are they just following each other? Because last month it was all world champions.
World championship, exactly.
But Ring of Honor TV, you better watch out.
There you go. 20-man battle royal is the main event. The winner gets a title shot against Bobby Lashley, the New York City tapings. And they said Jeff Hardy did work as himself instead of Willow. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the battle royal.
Don't say it's so. Is it so?
It's so.
Who was the last 2 though?
Jeff Hardy won. The match came down to Jeff Hardy and Eric Young.
Wow, it could have been either one of them.
Right. Hardy will face Lashley in New York City next week. They also said
that was filmed like 3 weeks ago.
This is some very interesting stuff. I read about this.
It is interesting.
Read about this. The TNA star Kurt Angle recently appeared on JR's Ross Report podcast. If you don't watch it or listen to it, if you don't listen to it, you need to. Said he made some revealing announcements. He noted he turned down TNA's renewal offer as he is currently weighing his options. He said he feels that currently the next contract he gets will be his last wrestling contract. And he's already said he wants to retire in the WWE. So I see the writing on the wall here.
I do too.
Let him go out as general manager, and there you go.
Yeah.
It's totally
September,
fine.
yeah. He'll get something.
And he also said in that same interview that he said that Sting turned down TNA because he didn't feel like the money was correct.
No. And then I'm hearing the money ain't correct for WWE either, so.
We'll see what happens.
We'll find out on 7/14/14.
There you go. Ring of Honor news. Did Ring of Honor break even with the best in the world
what we
pay-per-view buys? We talked about that the other week. We wanted to know.
They set it at 10,000. 10,000 buys. They felt comfortable with 10,000 buys.
They said that's the break-even point. And according to the best in the world early estimates, they are in, and they have the show taking in around 10,000 buys, and they're saying that is considered a success to Ring of Honor.
And they're going to try another one in December.
Final battle.
So,
Final battle. So we will see what happens.
Yeah, if Final Battle hits good, then they don't need no more than 4 pay-per-views a year.
Yeah, they have 2 this year, and if both of those go great, add 2 more next year, and do 4.
$25. It's not bad for a pay-per-view.
Not bad at all. So are we talking about this now, or are we talking about it next?
No, we'll talk about it now.
All right.
We have a new little segment called Nut of the Week.
I like
I
it.
know some of you might have heard this story already, but there's a guy named Christopher Donnelly. He's a prisoner in Florida.
He's incarcerated currently.
Oh, in Pennsylvania.
In Pennsylvania.
That's right. Florida was the judge.
He filed a handwritten lawsuit against Natty Neidhart, which is Natalya for the WWE,
Yes.
threatening to go to the media unless he was awarded $250,000.
Yes, in this lawsuit, he claimed Natalya was a dominatrix. They had sex all over the state, United States.
And he was beaten.
He was
While they were at the
beaten by
hotels.
her, and she prostituted him out
From 2005 to 2009.
Yes. When a judge got a hold of this, he took it and threw it right out of court.
Said it was filled with delusional language and failed to provide any standing under Florida law. So, Mr. Donnelly, you are Top Rope Reality's Nut of the Week.
Yes. So.
We should definitely tell
Oh yes, that's going to be a new segment.
A new segment starting next week. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be showcasing bad backyard wrestling.
Yes.
We want you to tune in. Episode 20 will be huge. Episode 20 is going to be talking about 7-14-14. What was the result of that? We will also be talking about our experience at the Brad Armstrong Memorial Show.
We'll also be going talk a bit more about Battleground, because that will be the night.
Yes, we will be talking about that because that's the day that's going to happen, and also the finals of the Top Rope Reality first ever
Indie Tournament.
Tournament will be announced. The winner will be announced on episode 20, plus our very first Bad Backyard Wrestling segment.
Yes, we're gonna look over the internet, over the YouTube, and find the worst
millions of backyard wrestling videos.
And some we've done looked at. So we're gonna get them right here, and we're gonna talk about them.
We're just gonna have some fun. You're gonna see them for yourself. You're gonna see them, and we're gonna find out. How do you feel? Do you feel like you're bad backyard wrestling?
Yes,
and you're gonna hear our opinion on this bad backyard wrestling. We're just gonna have some fun with it, and hope you enjoy it.
So I want to appreciate everybody watching today, watching 19, and do not miss 20, because it's going to be a celebration. No one thought we'd make 2.
Nope.
Much less 20.
And we added a 0 behind that 2. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel like number 20 will be where it begins again.
Oh, yes.
For Top Rope Reality.
I think you're right. And I want to thank everybody again for watching up to 19.
Yes.
And on to the future. Because where we stop, nobody knows.
We're not looking to the past anymore. We're going straight to the future.
Yeah,
and you're coming with us.
We're not WWE. We're not staying in the past.
We're not going to rest on our laurels, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you take the ride with us to the future.
And remember, vote, vote, vote. So we can find out who will be our first Indie Tournament winner. Will it be Zane Stevens or Logan Page? So folks, I want to thank you once again for all you've done for us and everything, everybody out there. And we'll see you next week on episode 20, as it will be huge. I'm Mike Hogan as always, and you know this man here.
I'm Justin Carter.
And we'll see you next week for episode 20 of Top Rope Reality right here on YouTube.